Hey, what's up? It's Jake here from my channel, Ashley Jake, and I wanted to do another kind of open-ended video like this where I just kind of talk about something that happened. And I was going through what I usually do during the day, which is watch YouTube and go through Google. And I started by I started at this comment, and it was just a picture of like, why is Batman better than Iron Man? And I wrote one sentence, then I wrote another sentence, and then I wrote another sentence, and really quickly it got to the point, like, at the beginning of the comment there's a disclaimer, like, this is long. Like, if you don't like the comments that are long, just skip this one. And luckily what I got back was a comment that actually said, wow, you're very passionate about Batman. You know, like, nobody was rude about it, and it seemed to be well received. And I wanted to kind of, well, one, obviously it is something that I'm passionate about, and with a passion comes a reason why somebody's passionate about it. And I got to thinking about that because of the guy's comment saying, well, because of what he said. And mine's kind of a unique story, which is why I did doing the video anyway. When I was a kid, my parents got divorced or whatever, and it's not a big old sob story or anything like that, but I had to move around a lot as a kid. So when you're going from grade to grade and you're doing different grade schools and different middle schools, I did get the grasp of like math, but I don't know trigonometry. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get a chance to really take classes that were advanced. I had to stick to the basic stuff because that's really all I could pick up when you're going from school to school, maybe spending 1 year with another. And I graduated and I got into the Air Force, so I'm not calling myself a dum-dum, but I'm saying that I had a different way of doing it than just being able to really go advanced. I couldn't do any foreign languages. I couldn't have a lot of electives. It all had to be really basic, you know what I mean? And when the standardized testing came out, I'm like 32, so you have to think back to around the early 90s. I mean, do the math. It's around when the original Game Boy and, oh, here, Bassmasters. I got this game around the same time as the standardized testing came out. And what happened was, like, it was pretty rude. Like, because I didn't know any of the advanced stuff, when the standardized testing came out, one, it didn't affect your grade. And at that age, I knew that it didn't affect my grade. So here I am trying to take these tests that are more advanced than what I've been able to pick up, moving, you know, school to school to school. And I found I didn't know the answers. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't just sitting there, like, picking my nose and daydreaming and not wanting to participate. I wanted to participate. I just didn't know the answers to the stupid questions. So at some point, I just started filling in the bubbles. You know what I mean? I went to A, I went to D, I went to C, I went to B, through the whole thing. It made it easier on me. I didn't feel so stupid. and it got me to the next thing I needed to do in school. You know, like, I did my homework and stuff, but here's this test that just, the whole thing's just calling me stupid the whole time that I'm doing it. So I remember getting taken to the principal's office, and they asked me if I was just guessing. And I told them honestly, and I was upset. And I remember it was probably about the 6th or 7th grade, and here I have them giving me grief because I was guessing, because I had taken this thing that was extremely insulting to me and just really made me feel dumb. I took it and I tried to make it more palatable for myself. And I'm getting yelled at the way that I chose to do it. And I remember the explanation. This was in 6th grade. I remember this principal's explanation. You're bringing down the average by just guessing. So instead of you bringing down the whole school, we're going to put you in the library during the testing, and you won't have to partake. And he was really rude about it, and he couldn't have made me feel more stupid. So when I got put into that room, right, they didn't even give me something to do. they just put me in the stupid room. So I'm sitting there, and next to the table that they put me at is the comics. You know what I mean? And it wasn't these the older like Supermans. It wasn't X-Men. It was just like a series of Dark Knight. Whatever was kind of dark Batman wise at that time that was a graphic novel. I had like 5 of them. I don't even remember the name, but I do remember that I'm sitting there just at this table feeling just utterly useless. Here I am being told I'm bringing down the average of the school when all I was trying to do is just I didn't know the answers. Even if I wasn't guessing, I was still going to get the same score. So all I was eliminating was reading the very difficult question that made no flipping sense to me, and just going, you know what, I accept that I do not know this. Here's your guess. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I remember that Batman, that comic was there during that testing where I didn't feel stupid. If those comic books weren't there at that table and it maybe was just encyclopedias, like that would have been those tests took like 3 weeks. They were trying to find the national IQ, see where we were at. So it took a very long time. If I had to sit there, just sitting there staring at encyclopedias while pretty much the whole school just gets to do this event without me, I had something. I had Batman. So when I see a comment like that, or I start a comment and it gets away from me about, you know, a superhero, and it doesn't have to just be Batman. That was my entry into it, and I knew from there, like, I didn't, when I read it, I didn't really envision myself as Batman. You know what I mean? It wasn't really that fantasy of being the superhero and running around and saving everybody, which sounds bad, right? But everybody had put me in a little room because they said I was stupid. So I'm not going to identify with running around saving everybody that thinks I'm dumb. You know what I mean? But here was somebody that had values, that had morals, that, you know, seemed to care without having to be relation, without having to be your friend. Here was somebody that if you were in danger and he saw it, he's involved. If he even hears about it, bat signal in the air, he's there. And that's what was so cool, because I didn't have a Batman in real life. I didn't have somebody come into that room going, you know what, dude, you're not dumb. You know, like eventually I got into the Air Force and I got the self-assurance that I needed. I did very well. But, you know, during school, it was a very hard time. And I think that, you know, personal stories like this they're tough to tell. And maybe it makes me look dumb or whatever, but it's why I'm passionate about superheroes and doing videos and sharing my experiences. So I'm Jake for Ashley Jake, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have a story, please put it in the comment section and maybe say why a certain superhero is specifically which one kind of hung out with you during a bad day. So I'm Jake again for Ashley Jake, and you guys have a great Sunday. Bye.